So the House Speaker is with us now. Sir, thank you for your time, and we'll make this quick. And I guess what we want to understand is like this admonishment phase, which is the tradition, and that's what happens when you are censured in the well of the House. Did that happen, or is that still forthcoming, sir? Speaker Johnson, you're live on TV.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir. It's
hey,
okay.
Bill. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Did the admonishment in the well of the House take place, or is that still forthcoming?
Yeah, we just did it, Bill. Sorry, I didn't know we were live.
Okay.
Lots going on here at the House. This is a really sad day for our institution. What Representative Al Green did in the midst of the president's speech as our honored guest to the chamber was disrupted. He did it intentionally, as everyone saw. I gave him plenty of warnings, and he refused it. It was a deliberate action. It needed to be met with swift punishment. That's the tradition of this place, to maintain decorum. And so that's what we just did. The resolution passed on the House floor. There were 224 votes in favor of censuring him for that behavior. 198 Democrats voted against it. I can't believe that. 2 votes present. So I think we had 9 Democrats join us in this bipartisan measure that we took. And it was critically important, Bill, because we have to maintain the dignity of this place. We're the greatest deliberative body in the history of the world. There's a deep and rich tradition here, and it is violated. To our understanding and our review of history, that was the first time that any member of Congress has ever had to be removed in the middle of a presidential address, and it's shameful.
And I'm sure you didn't relish the opportunity to be the first, but it happened, and I'm wondering, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Aisha, which is, you have a lot of Democrats who will speak to reporters off the record to express their dismay, and I mean, they feel rotten about what happened on Tuesday night. Do you think that do you see any of them, like, I know you talk to a lot of them, a lot of you guys are friends, no matter what happens on the floor, and aside from politics, what's the level of dismay on the Democratic side?
It's broad. I will tell you that they're embarrassed by what happened. Many of their colleagues, as you know, were holding up signs on the floor and trying to disrupt in other ways. But the leadership, Hakeem Jeffries, to his credit, he's the lead on the Democrat side in the House. He admonished his colleagues before the event and asked them to maintain decorum. We have to do that as leaders, and every member should be committed to that as well. It brings shame on the institution. It brought shame on them as individuals and on their party. And it's just disgusting to me. I mean, really, I take no pleasure in this. I want us to have dignity and decorum in this institution because it sends a message around the world, and it is, these are the duly elected representatives of the people. They should be models of integrity and character, and that's not what we're seeing.
Sir, one more question. I know you're pressed for time. Nancy Pelosi was sitting there that night. You just mentioned Hakeem Jeffries. Who are Democrats taking their orders from now?
It's a great question. I mean, the party is in disarray. You see that. They don't have an identified leader. They don't have a vision. They don't have a platform they can run on. And so the only word I can describe it is they're flailing right now. So that's why they resort to these antics. They want to fight Trump. They want to fight the America First agenda. They want to fight all of us. And so they debase themselves by showing up on the House floor and acting like children. It's sad. This is an unfortunate day, and I wish we hadn't had to go down this road.
Speaker Johnson, great to have you on the show. Thank you for doing this for us as we try to understand what happened there on the floor.
Thank you both. Appreciate it.
Thank you.